Well, folks, we have done it. We have gone 24 hours without any new leaks from Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 2. I know. Take a moment, breathe it in. Appreciate the fact that, you didn't just wake up and see 4 new episodes from Dragons Rising leaked all over YouTube. I thought the day would never come, yet here we are. In all seriousness, though, to commemorate the 1 day anniversary of probably the worst leak in Ninjago history, we should probably briefly discuss, why is this whole thing happening? Of course, I have no idea. I'm not like an insider from LEGO, but there are certain speculations that I've seen, and some make more sense than others. And the theory that I personally subscribe to is that this whole chaos is because of the Part 1, Part 2 thing. Each season of Dragons Rising is split into 2 parts. Part 1 releasing usually around April, and Part 2 releasing usually around like September, October. And this can be pretty confusing for streaming networks, because technically, those 2 parts are part of the same season. So let's just say LEGO sends the entire season down to Roku or like Peacock or any other streaming network, because yeah, they usually do finish these episodes like a year before the episodes release. So like it would make sense that LEGO would just send all 20 episodes down to Roku or Peacock and that kind of stuff, and probably say something like first 10 episodes air in April, second 10 episodes air in September. But Roku, come time of Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 1, they just see Dragons Rising Season 3, 20 episodes, great, let's release them all. Another fact that kind of supports this is the fact that we've never had a Part 1 leak in the history of Dragons Rising, but every single Part 2 has been leaked, or at least part of it has been leaked early. So that just signals to me that there's probably some sort of confusion behind the scenes at these streaming networks as to how do we lump the episodes together. Do we lump them together by season or by part? If we lump them together by season, do we just release them all at once? That's probably the most plausible explanation, I think, for all of this nonsense. But even though it is understandable, it's just such a silly mistake, man. Like, why can't these streaming services just release the right things at the right time? Or even LEGO. Like, why don't you just send the episodes down to the streaming networks closer to release day? Like, send the first 10 episodes in April, send the next 10 episodes in September or October. That way there's like no confusion. Don't send them in July, because that's what happened last time, I'm presuming, with the whole Peacock leak. This is like the equivalent of adding instead of subtracting on a math test. It's just such a silly mistake. And for one of the biggest franchises of a multi-billion-dollar company, this stuff just shouldn't be happening. Dragons Rising Season 1 Part 2 leaked like a month early, Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 2 leaked like 3 months early, and Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 2 leaked 5 months early. Does that mean that Dragons Rising Season 4 Part 2 is gonna leak 7 months early? Wait, does that mean that Dragons Rising Season 4 Part 2 is gonna leak before Season 4 Part 1? But there is still some hope, fortunately. There are still 2 more episodes that have like yet to leak online, and I sincerely hope that they don't leak. I've seen people in the comments saying that, oh, LEGO should just release the whole season now. Like, no, that would probably be the worst thing to do at this point. If they still want to like maintain their ratings somewhat for Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 2 when it premieres on Netflix, they should keep those 2 episodes safe. Like I said in the last video, lock them in Doc Wyatt's basement, do whatever you need to do, make sure those episodes don't leak. I am still somewhat excited for those 2 episodes because, well, the finales of Dragons Rising tend to be some of the best episodes in those respective seasons. So, I can't wait for those 2 episodes. Assuming they don't leak early, I really hope they don't. That's the only hope I'm holding out for to, salvage this whole messy situation. LEGO really needs to get their stuff together with this whole Part 1, Part 2 stuff. Otherwise, these leaks are just gonna keep on happening if we're being honest. Though, at the very least, I hope after the 3rd time of leaking these episodes months early, they finally learn and don't just give the episodes to streaming networks months in advance. However, that might be too much to hope for. It is LEGO after all. I'm still gonna try to keep this channel as spoiler free as I can, but it's impossible to just pretend like these leaks never happened. But that's all I got for you guys today. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.